So today we're looking at the midpoint. Again, this is something that you will have seen in junior school, so I'm going to go through it quite quickly. The middle point of an interval is also the point halfway between two endpoints. So if we're trying to find the halfway point, then what we need to do is find the average of the 2 points. And you find the average by adding them together and dividing it by 2. So to work out the average of the x values, we do x1 plus x2 all over 2. And the y is y1 plus y2 over 2. So it's a pretty simple formula to remember. So you just add them and then halve it. And it works whether it's positive, negative, whether we cross over, one of each, both the same, doesn't matter. So this is a really, really easy one. So if we need to find the midpoint of negative 6, 3 and the 0.26, then all we do is we start again with your formula. Now this is a capital M, and I know that gradient is a lowercase m, and that's annoying, and I'm sorry, but that's just the way they do it. So x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, and then you just substitute in. Now you can do them separately if you want. I do it all together in one step because it's really not terribly difficult. And again, it doesn't matter which one you decide is x1 and x2, you're still going to get the same answer. So I'm just going to do it in the order that they're up there. So we've got minus 6 plus 2 all over 2, and then 3 plus 6 all over 2, which means negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. And for the y value, we get 9 over 2, or you can give it as 4.5 or 4.5, however you want. All right, so those are the really straightforward examples, and I'm sorry to say you're probably not going to get very many of those. You could possibly be asked to do something like this. So we're being given the midpoint, 1, 5, and we need to find the end point. So think about what we said. The midpoint is the middle point of the interval. It is halfway between the 0.38 and some other point, a, b. So you can substitute into the formula, or you can just think about it. Well, 1 is the halfway point between 3 and what number? 5 is the halfway point between 8 and what number? If you can figure it out without the formula, go right ahead. I'll show you how to do the formula anyway. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate it out and just deal with the x on one and then deal with the y on the other so that we don't get too confused. So that we know that 1 is equal to the halfway point between 3 and a. It's just solving an equation, and it's a pretty simple equation. So 2 is equal to 3 plus a, so minus 1 is equal to a. And then if we look at the y values, we know that 5 is equal to the halfway point between 8 and b. So 10 equals 8 plus b, so b equals 2. So there are your values for a and b. If they asked you to find the point, you would need to say that it's the point minus 1, 2. Okay, or as I said, well, if you've gone from 3 to 1, you've gone 2 units. 2 units further than that takes you to negative 1. If you've gone from 8 to 5, you've gone 3 units, so 3 units more is 2. So in exercise 7.2, you have to do at least these questions. If it's something you're not understanding or you're struggling with, do more. But these are the minimum that I want you to do. Okay? Good luck, and I'll see you in class.